On a lighter note, hi YouTube. Oh, Meezy, we are back with the jobless nigga. She tried to expose her husband and it backfired. Okay, I don't know nothing. She was kind of like Kerry Washington. Let's see what happened. Let's watch.
I'm sitting here sick and worried, and this man is sitting in this car. Really? Seriously? Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
Because I can't rest in there.
Why is this on
Is your
social
life
media?
that
Is this
terrible
a skit?
that you need to be in the car?
The guy got caught with his wife because he used to be sleeping in the car before he come in the house. We need our decompressing moments.
We do?
We do, and I didn't realize how important that was.
Apparently, Joe Budden's podcast and the ex-football players, The Pivot, I believe it's called, they decided that they were going to discuss my video with my relationship. So then he hears them talking about the whole scenario of what we were doing, what we were going through. And guess what he's doing now? He's packing his leave because these grown men wanted to come and talk about my relationship off of a video that's 1 minute long.
Now, in all actuality, is her.
Oh, Meezy, that we wouldn't know about if you didn't publicly post online and and share your thoughts and opinions about your own marriage and what's going on. That was completely voluntary, by the way. Like, you did that yourself. Oh.
Her fault for sharing this conversation online, something that should have been handled in a private matter between her and her husband, but she decided to blast it all over the internet. Recently, in an attempt to go viral and have a little...
That's like me. That's like me posting my video and be like, I can't believe that y'all are commenting on this. Belt, what the fuck are you doing in my chat, typing in my chat while I'm live streaming for the public to comment? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, that don't even make sense. Like, what?
Kiki haha moment with her husband. A woman lost her marriage because she exposed her private relationship matters, ones that probably something they could have solved behind closed doors, to the internet. From there, it sparked a whole conversation about should men be able to or not be able to sleep in their cars when they get off of work to get a little bit of separation from their significant others. You know, people having their own place and space, their own privacy, etc., etc. And ultimately, due to some internet comments,
I didn't know about this, but I'm gonna give my opinion first. I think if you have to sleep in your car to get privacy from your spouse, there's a deeper problem going on in the relationship. There's a deeper problem going on in a relationship. So it's either like you need to, like, there needs to be some type of compromise with like an extra room, or like even like, okay, can I just get the room? Like, I don't want to be bothered. I need to just sleep in here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or can I just be left alone on the couch? That if you can't get that, you have to go to the extent of sleeping in your car. You and your spouse are going through it, okay?
Terry, the husband, left. But the real conversation should have been about this woman putting this stuff on the internet and how it completely backfired on her. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. It goes a long, long way for the channel. Y'all know I didn't just come off from a long day's worth of work. I had to lie to Danielle about getting a job because it's getting so hard out here. Each subscription goes to the Unemployed News Network. That way I can truly justify not having to go anywhere during the day. Now, back into the video. This woman is a TikToker who's known for posting intimate moments between her and her family members on the internet. She goes on these viral rants every once in a while, and the main thing to take away from this is that she exposes the storylines and the behind the scenes as to what goes on in her day-to-day life with her and her husband and the other casting characters in her life.
I'm sitting here sick and worried, and this man is sitting in this car. Really? Really? Seriously? Seriously? Why are you sleeping in the car?
Huh?
Why are you sleeping in the car?
I need some rest.
So why wouldn't you come inside?
Because I can't rest in there.
Is your life that terrible that you need to be in the car?
For what it's worth, I don't think it had anything about her being so terrible. Sometimes you just get so tired that you want to stay out in the car, or you don't even think about it. You're listening to your favorite music, listening to your favorite podcast, you park into your driveway, you shut the car off, and then before you know it, an hour or two has passed.
I've never unwillingly fell asleep in the car. If every time I fell asleep in the car, I slept in the car for a purpose. For a purpose. Oh, Missy, what's up with all these new angles and scenes? I'm liking it.
So the granddad is where I'm on.
2,000 years later.
I cannot. No way.
Not the skit mid video.
Omar!
What?
So you mean to tell me you been up in here asleep?
Yeah. I just got off work.
I've been texting you.
Okay.
I've been calling you. I've been paging you. I've been tweeting you. I've been DMing.
My phone on D&D though, so I just got off work. I try to get a couple Z's before I come inside.
I've been you literally could just relax inside on the couch. What's going on?
It's different. The couch and then the noise and then you and then I could just be outside and I could.
The noise and then me.
Yes. The noise.
You can hear my voice. I've been crying. I've been so worried about you. But you know what? If you want to stay out here, you can stay out all night long.
Okay. All right. You bring me a pillow and a drink?
Boy.
A lot of people don't have places and spaces where they can just get off their own personal things. So it makes sense as to why this husband fell asleep in his driveway. I often do it. Sometimes I don't even make it out of the parking lot and I take a little bit of extra long time at the grocery store or the park. But ultimately it's because I want some time away from my confined space with my fiance. Not that I don't love her, but just because I want to go to sleep.
So when my girl at work, I'm at work. So when you go home, you seeing each other. Yeah. Right. Sometimes you want some home. Ideal is home alone. Yes.
I ain't gonna lie, like my ideal marriage, because I wouldn't live with a man if we were married. Hello. We're going to be married. We need our own rooms. We need our own rooms at least. Okay, we can come to each other's rooms. Like whoever room we sleeping in that week, we sleeping in that week. But we need separate spaces. Okay, I can't do the one and this is only my one. Like this right here only. It's just one and somebody in there all the time, 24/7. That would be overstimulating.
But since you can't get home alone, you need some car alone. Yeah. That's like the best you could get.
The problem with these cutesy videos between you, your husband, your family members, etc., is that it exposes conversations that nobody should be having about your relationship, and it allows others to give their opinions, which can ultimately affect you, your significant other, and what you have going on in your familial household.
I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but like everyone shouldn't have a camera, right? There was this woman, she's a wife, and she just had a camera and she went outside and her husband was sitting in the car after a long day at work. And she just walking around filming this. Like, this is something that I see as just personal. So I don't believe phones and cameras should be for everyone, but that's besides the point. More importantly, it's the story of the husband in the car and the wife coming there and not allowing him an opportunity to decompress after work.
Before we get to that though, the first thing is everybody films everything because everybody wants to go viral.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing.
Like everybody, they film it all.
It's good for us because we get to talk about these real life situations, which is fine.
Now, the husband tapped into the Joe Budden podcast and consumed some of the other commentary around this, and he has made a decision for himself. He has decided to leave this woman in the dust, and now all of a sudden it's the internet's fault.
My man don't have social media, so he would have never seen the video that I posted of him sitting in the car and me trying to figure out why he ain't come in the house. But guess what he does watch? He watches those goddamn podcasts. So then he hears them talking about the whole scenario of what we were doing, what we were going through. And guess what he's doing now? He's packing his shit to leave because these grown men wanted to come and talk about my relationship. He must not be leaving for real.
I refuse to believe your man leaving right now. Your husband walking out the door and you still in the bathroom recording. Girl, I would leave too.
Of a video that's 1 minute long. You guys don't know what happens in my house, okay? I posted that to give the two sides to the story.
Oh, trust me, and I don't mean this in a good way, we do know what goes on in your house. Now, we've seen this type of behavior before. People use social media as their journal, as their diary, as their way to express their emotions and feelings about personal and private matters that honestly should be kept internal. And with an introduction of the algorithm, these small, intimate moments have the chance to go viral, letting others have opinions and see what's going on inside someone's marriage.
So you woke me up for what?
You need to leave. I need you gone. Like, you gotta go.
Can we revisit this after the holidays?
No, today. We're not doing the after holidays and prolonging this whole process. No.
So you're gonna ruin the holidays for everyone, for the kids, for
the holidays
my family.
Wasn't on your mind when you did what you did. Like, we're not doing this. This is cyclical. This is a cycle, what you know.
Okay, but what? Okay, so your birthday, I was planning something real big.
That's
and
fine.
now
That's my birthday. I don't need anything.
Can we
No, that's 7-8 months out. No.
So there is no reconciliation right now?
No. There's always a reconciliation. There's always a reclamation. There's always a recycle. We are not, no, you gotta go.
Are you really doing this right now?
Are you doing that right now on the camera?
Why are you on the internet recording a private conversation, escalating while
It's
doing
gotta be
these
fake.
things? And
I just think everything on the internet fake. It's fake. It's fake. I refuse to believe
this is a
it.
confrontation. This is something that you should be solving
If
right
it ain't Risa Tisa, I don't believe it.
now. But you're worried about putting it on the internet for validation of others. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think that there is valid reason for you to have some sort of recordings when you do have arguments with your partner. That is, if you are an arguer with your partner, maybe listening to it later on, playing it together can help with some of the conflict resolution. Maybe if you go to therapy, that makes a lot of sense. Or maybe you have somebody who is trusted in your in real life circle that you
I record hella shit. I don't just record reactions, and I don't just record, you know what I'm saying, gaming videos. But everything don't get posted. I don't just go and post hey guys, it's 11:15 p.m. and right now I don't do that. Well, I'm not a daily vlogger, but it's like even then I still wouldn't record every single moment.
to play it for. But to play it on the internet doesn't make any sense to me. I do think when you introduce a camera into these conversations, it does change the dynamic of what we're speaking about. If I was arguing with Danielle, which we don't argue, thank the Lord. If she decides to pull a camera out, I think I'm making content, and I'm a content creator. So if you want to be Zoe Spencer, I can be Kai Cenat, and we can make a whole mafia-thon right now. Then I'm also going to be worried about, are you taking this conversation seriously, or are you going to caption it later? Because I know how clip culture can get. The last thing that I want to see is a headline of content creator for the unemployed, Meezy is an ultra manipulator. Mind you, that's just because you clipped and edited the video in a certain way. That's weird to me. Now, I can understand if this was a one-off moment, but this woman right here continuously records the private and intimate details about her relationship with her husband and portrays them on the internet over and over and over and over and over again.
So this is the shit that I'm waking up to right now.
You call my son a shit?
I never called your son a shit. I'm saying you can't.
This is the
shit. You brought this child here without asking me?
Don't call him a shit. So what? It's my son.
Are you serious right now?
I'm dead serious.
How
does that compare to you bringing another child that's not even related to you in the house?
Miracle didn't have a choice.
That was your choice.
She was here because there was no other choice for her.
Call the police.
You had a choice. You could have communicated that with me.
You want me to call the police on myself? This is my son. That ain't your child.
And you brought her up to say what? You to deflect from the fact that you brought a child into my house without checking in with me? Your child that you had outside this relationship. That's the difference.
Messy. What? Fake. But what? He had a baby outside the marriage? Prior or during?
Known about. What are you
outside of this relationship?
You're right.
And if you're going to bring absolutely.
If the baby was here prior, girl, that's the life you signed up for. That's the life you signed up for. What you gonna tell him not to see his kids, not to get his kids, not to bring his kid over? It's your kid now. You knew it. But if the baby happened in between midst of the relationship, okay, you might get to feel some type of way.
But you check in with me.
What is there to check with?
You don't just bring a child in.
This isn't some one-off accident. This woman has repeated behavior of plastering her personal effects on the internet. And I've always made these stances and sentiments. While I wish the internet was some sort of place where you could go and throw things up and nobody gives their opinion on. For one, that's just not human nature. For two, hey, that's how some of us get paid. And for three, that's not how public things work. Maybe if the account was
I do this for the love of the game.
Private, then I would understand. But ultimately, when you place something in a public forum or a public platform, you are inviting all of these consumers to your front yard to not only consume it, but also give their 2 cents about it. And now thousands of people are picking sides in your relationship. I do think that sometimes people think that they have good intentions when they go about plastering this stuff on the internet. I think about the DDG and Hallie situation. I oftentimes reference it when it comes to relationships on the internet. I believe that they were thinking, hey, if I can galvanize galvanize my audiences to, pick a side. It may help me in the court of public opinion, and ultimately down the line, it may help me get my custody battle won. But looking to the internet for some sort of support is a nasty conversation. Once something goes viral, you don't even control the narrative anymore. Literally speaking, you are just throwing something out there to the wind and then coming back and letting everybody dictate your relationship, the outcomes today and the outcomes tomorrow. This isn't just about her to me. This is more and more about how we have allowed the internet to infiltrate our houses, our lifestyles, our everyday walk. This is oversharing culture that has been created on social media. I know you guys have seen those TikToks where people are like, yo, just post 30 times a day, post 30 times a day.
I genuinely realize that in 30 days of posting, you can also change your life.
My content creation hot take is that everybody should be posting 30 times a day.
Instead of going out and getting a second job, I just decided to post more on TikToks to make extra money, and I'm so glad I did because, baby, I've been making bank ever since.
From 0 to 10,000 followers in 30 days. This is not luck. 5 rules to follow. Save this.
But in an attempt to post 30 times a day, get social media famous, get some traction or whatever, people aren't realizing that they are sharing real life conflict on the internet. Sometimes they're looking for a resolution, sometimes they're looking for validation, but ultimately they allow for others to come and put in opinions on stuff that they ultimately would not need to have done. Am I going to cover it on this channel?
Just from strangers.
I've done it several times, whether it be Hallie and DDG,
and
whether
it be
the gym girl and her crush, whether it be that one time with that woman.
I seen her. Well, I didn't see that Omizi video. I watched that on TikTok. And she was, she had a gym crush, okay, and she was heartbroken. I'm talking about like sobbing tears. Like, I'm talking about, mind you, they weren't together. The man, barely knew her, but like in her head, I get gym crushes. I do, okay? It went a little too far with her.
Could be the gym girl and her crush, whether it be that one time where that woman had got into a penthouse or something like that and she got arrested because she wouldn't leave. There's been plenty of situations where we covered them on the internet where people thought that, hey, this is a private and intimate moment that I didn't mean to go viral, but ultimately it does. But it does make me wonder why people feel more comfortable going to the internet as opposed to going to their partner. Is it because there's no real life consequences of comment 838 telling you off or, holding you accountable for your actions? Is it potentially because you may know that you're in the wrong, but comment 336 is going to tell you that you're in the right? Are people prioritizing being understood and seeking validation from strangers on the internet as opposed to fixing the problem in real life? Now, I know what somebody's going to tell me.
No, because the gain is better than the situation. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing that about somebody that you just really you really care about, and you really care about their opinion and how it affects them. You're just not doing that to them. You know what I'm saying? But what you care about the most now is this. You care about us talking about you. Omizi's talking about you. I was talking about you. Joe Budden was talking about you. God knows how many people seen it, and that's what you really wanted. You know what I'm saying? Not, I wonder if the other moms online or wives online will get what I'm saying. No, that's not what you wanted. You wanted to get this, to garnish this attention. And so if you just really wanted hey wives, you would have came after the fact, not an IRL in time video of your husband in the car. You would have came, ladies, tell me, am I tripping? Okay, does your man sometime you know what I'm saying? You would have asked for a genuine opinion. You wanted attention. You put the camera in his face, your face, our face, and now we here.
Themselves on the internet all the time. Omar, it's just Instagram, it's just TikTok, it's just Twitter, it's just all these other things. Why should I not have the enjoyment of posting something because maybe I want to look back at it later? It serves as some sort of video journal or picture journal for my kids down the line. But see, this is where people lose it, is that there is a thin line between sharing your life and exposing your relationships. And the consequences of you going viral and this blowing up can ultimately, blow up in your face. In this situation, her husband didn't have social media. Her husband wasn't somebody who was online all the time, and he still found a way to be subjected to the harsh criticisms of his relationship. And now when the relationship fallout becomes public, this woman is coming back to the internet and looking to point fingers at somebody as opposed to, taking accountability for her own actions. And I don't think the internet is to blame here. I just think that that's a simple deflection. Total side tangent, but I'm thinking about the recent OneCloud9 situation with his editor, Alex. Although Alex may have started off with some good intentions by talking about a potential creator who is taking advantage of him. Now, I did pass my judgments on that on the live stream. I don't necessarily agree with his claims and his sentiments, but where he did lose a lot of people is when he started to introduce this personal relationship story where they went down to Panama City and they, were on vacation together. And at first people were rallying behind him, but ultimately the tides turned quickly because this was a personal matter that should have never been brought to the internet. And once more evidence came out, a good amount of people started disagreeing, but I could only think that if this was resolved behind closed doors, what was the purpose of bringing a great deal of these things to the internet? What solution was brought out of this? That's the bigger question in all of this. What purpose does bringing this to the internet serve? The moral of the story is relationships don't get ruined by the internet. No. It gets ruined at the point when you start to make the relationship content. When you start bringing in real life personal matters, things that need to be handled within the partnership to the internet. And you seek validation from strangers about a situation in which should be resolved in your home with your partner or with the person that you're working with, whatever the relationship dynamic may be. I do think that relationships can survive when they're brought on the internet. And I do think silly little conflicts can be resolved on the internet as well. Hey guys, we're redecorating and I think the chair should go over here. She thinks the chair should go over there. What are we thinking here? But when it's something that's real life irking you and real life plaguing you, I don't understand why people run to the internet to get some sort of validation. But hey, they know their relationship better than me. I'm gonna go ahead and take a nap.
Good night. Okay, good night. Yeah, I said what I need to say. I wouldn't be surprised if that man's still right there in that bed beside her. He's a part of the content, okay? He's in with it. Yeah, babe, let's keep going with the more views, more money, more views, more money. That's what all it's about. When people go to these extents and they make these extreme scenarios and post it online and, you know what I'm saying? It's mostly because they want the views and the money. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, unless it's like Risa Tisa, okay? Not like a Risa Tisa story, okay? Come back 2 years later once the situation is concluded and just tell me your story. You know what I'm saying? That's different. You know what I'm saying? But you in real time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think there's ulterior motives. But I said all I need to say. W video, Meezy. Thank you for keeping me in the motherfucker loop because you're the only one who do, okay?